Hello, everybody. Um, I just wanted to bring something to you guys that really blessed me, and I think it will bless you guys also. As I was doing a project for one of my classes. If you guys don't know, I'm doing a master's in divinity and a master's in Christian care. Studying to be a Christian counselor. And one of the things that I came up with that the Holy Spirit blessed me with was the 5 F's of communication that we normally see. It. Now, this is not necessarily how everybody communicates. However, it's a very common in that we see in people. A fighter is going to usually be the one that overtalks, uses derogatory language. Um, they look for opportunities to fight within their when there's an issue in communication. Now, fighting is not a healthy form of communication, and when you have an issue, a fighter is going to usually use a condescending tone. They may use passive aggressiveness in order to ensue a fight, and they're also going to use. It's not about fixing or communicating clearly. It's about getting their point across, right? And that could be an issue. So you also have your fleer. Your fleer is someone who sees difficult conversation or issues as an opportunity to leave the situation altogether. They don't want to have conflict. They don't like to fight. However, they do not like to address issues within communication head on. And this can be also difficult to communicate with a fleer. Sorry, a fleer. A fleer usually will shut down when they see an issue ensue. They'll try and hide that there's anything wrong. And they'll use excuses when it comes time when you bring the issue to them. They'll use excuses. Oh no, I'm fine. They won't be head on with the issue. Then you have your faker. Your faker and your fleer are very similar, but the faker, however, is going to not necessarily run away from the issue, but they're gonna downplay the issue as if it's not as big as it really is to them. And again, that's because they don't know how to necessarily communicate through issues. However, they don't know a healthy and effective way to communicate these issues. So a faker is going to act like nothing is wrong as well. And they can usually be identified by if you know that there's an issue and they don't address that issue head on. Then you have a forgiver, right? And on the surface level, you may think a forgiver is something that you want to have in communication, right? Yes and no. A forgiver is someone that may ask for forgiveness, even when they haven't done anything wrong, just to make sure that the issue, that there's no conflict within the communication. And this can be problematic because what it could do is give you a false sense of solution to a bigger problem. If you are asking forgiveness, just, oh, I'm sorry, and you haven't done anything wrong, then the issue in the communication has not been addressed. And forgivers, right, can be helpful, but however, they can also be detrimental to themselves, and they can usually carry a lot in their emotional backpack because of this. So in this, you want to be fixers in your communication. A fixer is someone that is able to hear out the other person. They're allowed the other person to get their points across, and they realize that the conflict is not necessarily between them and the person, but the conflict is that there's a roadblock in between them that they both have to overcome. That they also have play a part in the issue, and they look for ways to fix it. So in most of these communications that we have, we need to be more fixers. We want to try to be fixers a little bit better and it takes time. It takes self-reflection. It takes some counseling. You're not going to wake up tomorrow and be a fixer. However, when there's an issue in your relationship and communication, whether it be romantic or platonic, you want to try and fix the situation. And this could look different for everybody, right? We don't want to use derogatory or condescending tones. We do not want to overtalk one another. We do not want to fake like there's nothing wrong. We don't want to flee the situation. We want to address issues head on in a civil matter where both parties are heard and there's a solution that works for both parties. And that's where we want to be in communication. So I just wanted to leave you guys with this short, I don't even know what you want to call it, but the 5 F's of communication. It blessed me, and I hope it blesses you all too.